1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4, 5 potato, 6 potato, 7 potato. Oh, hey, Jesse, Pot Awful here. Yeah, sorry, I'm right in the middle of peeling potatoes. You guys know I used to be part of the U.S. military. I was in the Army, and I thought I'd sharpen up my skills because I'm thinking about rejoining the military, although Space Force this time, obviously. All this got me thinking. Last week, we were talking about this guy named Rufio Phoenix. He's one of our goons, and he's an incel and tactical, which, if you don't know what tactical is, that's like when a guy's really into military gear, but he's never really been in the Army or anything. Anyway, we were talking about this guy, and I'm peeling these potatoes, and it's got me thinking, because honestly, these potatoes kind of look like this guy Michael Wright's head. He's one of our other goons. I made fun of him like 2 years ago, and he's an incel, and he's tactical, but the other thing he's stolen valor. And I hate stolen valor more than anything. Not just because I used to be in the Army, but also, as you know, my entire family fought and died for this country. Every single one of them's dead. Every friend I ever had, all of my teachers growing up when I was a kid, most of them would go off to the war while I was in class, and they would send them back in a coffin. And then we'd have to sit there and we'd have a teacher for half the year who was just inside a box. So to know a guy is stealing valor, pretending to be the warrior that I am, sickens me. It really does. So anyway, I thought I'd sharpen up on my skills if I'm rejoining the ranks of the military. And, this will make a really nice potato soup, but it just hit me. Do they even eat potatoes in space? I should have been peeling Tang this whole time. Oh, well, this is $4.99, by the way. I'm almost done. Okay, you know what? Good enough. Okay, this here is number 500. And while I peel this, let me tell you about Michael Wright. For those who don't know, like I said, his head looks like a potato. You might think this is just me holding up another potato. No, that's a picture of Michael Wright, and he came back into my mind not just from slicing these tubers, but also because he recently requested to join the Pod Awful Facebook group. I thought it was a little strange. We haven't talked about him in so long. It was really out of the blue for him. And then I saw the message he left when trying to join. He said, "Fucking dog cunt, take down those lies of stolen valor videos of me, you cunt." You see, Michael is Australian. He's not just stealing valor. He's literally never been to this country and yet dresses up and pretends to be a part of the U.S. military. And nothing makes him angrier than when you start claiming that he is stealing valor. I tell you what, why should I tell you about this? If you don't know who Michael Wright is, there is actually a documentary on Michael Wright. I'll keep peeling potatoes. You guys take a look at this.
It's kind of like a split personality disorder, so I can put on like an American accent like this. Yeah, I'm American, God bless the United States of America, hoorah! My name's Michael Wright, and I'm just a pretty cool guy. I'm actually from Australia. I like to do a bit of acting. I wanted to pursue when I was younger. What got me into the whole army stuff was I was getting bullied online, so I decided to create this new character where I started wearing the army uniform. I just watched a lot of movies, the war in Afghanistan, all these war movies, and just inspired me. When I first started doing it, I wasn't well educated on it. I had to wear it properly. So as time grew, I did my research and started wearing it correctly. And I changed different uniforms every time. I first started out with the US Marines, and then eventually tried the HU camouflage of the Army, and then now I switched to multicam. I love doing it, I have tried to join the Army. It didn't work out because of my disabilities and physical health problems I suffer from every day. So I decided, stuff it. I might just wear it and do what I love doing, and people say stolen valor, this, stolen valor, that, but I don't go around wearing all those medals that those stolen valor dickheads do, lie about the service. I don't lie, I tell people the truth. I couldn't join, so I love wearing it for fun. I don't go to shops or malls wearing that stuff. I only wear it when I exercise, when I go bike riding or hiking, that's it. All these people who steal the valor, who go into shops and lie about their service to get discounts and stuff. I had people call me out just the other day, stolen valor. Took the patches off my thing and had a go at me and stuff. Yeah, but I still know I'm not doing anything wrong. It's their choice. If they want to think that way, it's their choice. And I told them, you can't judge a book by its cover. You need to understand the entire book, the story of the actual book before you make up your judgment.
And 500
I don't care.
potatoes.
If people want to think me a stolen valor, they can go ahead and think that. I know the truth. God knows the truth. All my friends know the truth.
Yeah, and I know the truth too. It's funny. He says you can't judge a book by its cover. Well, I know the entire table of contents all the way to the back section. I know the dedication. I know the author's bio, every single aspect of Michael Wright. I know. You want to judge a book by its cover? Here's a private video he sent to me not that long ago.
You don't fucking know me one bit. That's because you send videos and pictures on my Facebook. There's this old saying goes, don't judge a book by its fucking cover, because I've done things I don't even post on fucking Facebook, and you don't know how fucking dangerous I am. I've fucking killed cunts, man.
He fucking killed cunts. Yeah, that's a message to me just for making fun of him stealing valor. Well, I'm the real vet, Michael, and I'm not going to let you do this stuff anymore. It's not right. In fact, it's sickening. I let Michael into my Facebook group, and something very bizarre happened. Michael had a complete unspooling. It was a true meltdown, and I'm going to play for you every little single meltdown he had, because he had it across multiple Facebook video uploads, across multiple private messages to members of my Facebook group. It's one of the strangest things I've ever seen, and we're going to get into petty little detail. I'm sharpening my Army skills. I will be part of Space Force soon. It just hit me. I shouldn't be peeling potatoes. In space is just like nighttime, but everywhere all the time. That means vampires. I should have been peeling garlic. Okay, let's do it. Done. All right, anyway, let's go bully the internet. This is Pod Awful.
Pod Awful TV. Oh, y'all is doing it right. Pod Awful sucks, you faggot. Good boy. You scam artist, douchebag. You're the worst, motherfucker. Give up. You fucking little piece of shit.
You're crazy. You're sick of your head.
Fucking dweeb, faggot, jackass. Pod Awful sucks. You know what? You're not funny. I want to really kick your ass.
My mom doesn't like it when I mention Pod Awful anymore.
Welcome, everybody. I'm your host, Jesse P.S. This is Pod Awful. Thank you so much for joining us. You have to watch out for space vampires. Night vampires, sort of gay vampires of the night, if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, like that one. Gay vampires. We've all seen them before. Pod Awful. Let's check that chat room, see what they're saying. In the chat room, we're live as every Sunday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Petty makes me squirt, says Shalyn. I knew someone who didn't carve garlic, and they're dead now. My flatmate doesn't like it when I mention Pod Awful anymore. There's probably a lot of people having to deal with that right now. I'm squirting. Don't go to the dark side of the moon. Kill that thing already. Well, I tried, but I accidentally threw the garlic behind me. There was no way to make it stop. Welcome. Let's get into some Michael Wright stuff. If you have never seen our coverage of Michael Wright before, he hates being a part of Pod Awful. So this is going to be fun. I'm going to have a great time because I get these autistic death threats from this guy all the time. Like I said, it's been maybe 2 years since I really covered him on the show, but he will out of the blue message me on Instagram, on Facebook, wherever he can get a hold of me, and just threaten my life. Just hold a knife up to me and say, "Oh, come on, you fucking cunt. I'll fucking cut you. I'll kill you, I will." So I think it's time to expose him for the kind of guy he really is. And I get a lot of pushback when I make fun of guys like Michael because they go, "Oh, cunt, he's not hurting anybody, is he?" It's like Australians and British people will show up in my comments, and man, these are the dumbest people on earth. They show up in there and they say the stupidest things. It's like they didn't watch the show at all. All they see is a guy that looks like them, some big egghead retard, and they're like, I gotta defend my mate. I gotta defend my mate. Anyway, so I want to talk about Michael. Before we do that, though, since we're talking about the Facebook group, a really cool thing happened. Like I mentioned at the top of the show, we were talking about this guy Rufio last week, and we will have more Rufio coverage. Somebody did something interesting in our Facebook group. They posted something that we've been talking about a lot. We've been talking about gas station guys and the Earth's jokers. These are just types of guys, tactical guys, incels, gamers, stolen valor guys, mall ninjas. I love exploring the psychology of the Earth's strangest human beings that you just see out in the wild. Somebody posted a photo of one of the Earth's jokers / gas station guys in the wild. I just thought I'd share this with you real quick. As you can see, visibly a gas station guy. Got the hat on backwards. Got the $3 plastic gas station sunglasses on. Looks like he might have even left the sticker on in the corner. This might even be at a gas station. And if you look carefully, his tattoo is the Joker's maniacal laughter, which is very cool. So I would absolutely love to see more of that. If you're not a member of our Facebook group, you can join it. It's what we're talking about all night tonight. Podawful.com/cult is the short link. Podawful.com/cult.
And all I just say is I thank Dad for making me strong.
Join our cult on Facebook. Podawful.com/cult.
Yeah, I would love to see more of those in the wild. If you spot a guy, snap a pic, post it to the cult, or you can tweet it at me. I'm at @onlineretard on Twitter. I would love to see these things. Let's get into the Michael Wright stuff. So here's what happened. I saw that request from him. Days passed before I did anything about it. I didn't even think about him. And then suddenly I saw it again when someone else made a request in the group. I saw his little request sitting there with him calling me a dog, cunt, and all this stuff. And I go, let me put it to a vote. Maybe I should let him in the group. So I went in the Facebook group and I asked people, should I let Michael in? And everybody, of course, just goes, yes, 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 yes. So I did it, but I wanted it to be welcoming to Michael. I was not trying to be mean to him. That's the hilarious part of all of this, is it starts with me thanking him for his service. So as you can see, this is the actual live post from Facebook. I said, please thank Stolen Valor hero Michael Wright for his service. He is now a member. And then I showed a thumbnail from one of the episodes I did about him, Michael Wright, Australian Badass, one of the classic Pod Awful episodes. And, just as a reminder, so people would know, who is this guy I'm letting in? There's new people all the time. They might not realize who Michael Wright is. The name might not jump out at them immediately. But people are already saying, thank you for your service. Thank you for fighting for our freedoms of speech, which is going to be a very interesting comment in just a second here. Thank you, Michael Wright, and so on and so forth. Happy to be here, they all say. And then all of a sudden, Michael starts posting video replies. I'm not sure what set him off, if it was just the thanking him for his service, if it was me calling him stolen valor. But one of our listeners, Corey, says, Michael, I'm your biggest fan. Please put your cummies in me. Now, that's a very lame, gay thing to say. Corey, you're actually kicked out of the cult. You stink. You're maybe one of the worst members of it. But I don't think it's a meme, okay? I don't like memes. I don't want them in the group. Corey posts a meme. I don't think this is how you're supposed to reply to a meme, though. Here's what Michael had to say about this. Oh, you know what I'm going to have to do? I have to unmute Facebook. Sorry about that. Okay. This is, by the way, these are all going to be Facebook videos, so this is going to be an exercise in futility. Let's watch.
You disgusting fucking piece of shit. Have some respect. You're a fucking man and act like it, not some fucking 12-year-old little boy. You sick
Okay, so he did not like Corey's comment. So Corey responds. He says, Michael, please come between my butt cheeks. Hot dog me. Extra relish, please. And it goes on. Now, here's my girlfriend. And this is where I get a little bit angry. She says, hey, Michael, I'm in Western Australia too. Let's do brunch. So Kelsey is from the same part of Australia as Michael Wright. And Michael responds to her with this crust in the corners of his mouth. That is not some sort of reflection on the screen. That is not a trick of the eye. Ladies and gentlemen, do not adjust your TV sets. Michael's mouth is crusty. And he replies with this.
fucking question here. One day or another, my time is not worth yours or his, Jesse's time. But do be aware, he's gonna fuck with the wrong person. And guess what? When they can't find him, they're gonna come for you. So be ready for that.
Let me make something perfectly clear to Michael Wright. You're threatening my girlfriend. I'm 6'9", 273 pounds. I have an invisible, unstoppable arsenal of weaponry that I can use at any time, and I've trained my dog to kill on command. But Kelsey is in Australia, so that's got nothing to do with me, man. She's yours. Sorry, Kelsey. Bye-bye. You're dead now. Okay. Is he wearing a MAGA hat? Now, everybody's talking about the way he looks. You know, I'm so used to Michael Wright. I didn't even question the way he looks. So just to be clear, especially for the audio people out there, audio-only people, Michael is laying in bed, presumably completely naked, except he is wearing a MAGA hat. The full-on red Trump hat. This guy cannot vote for Trump. He's never been in the same country as Trump, but he wants to be American so bad he wears his MAGA hat to bed. That's not where it ended, though. He continued to message Kelsey. Look at this.
They're gonna break your fucking legs. They're gonna take you somewhere. They're gonna kidnap you. They're gonna fucking do the worst times torture to you to fucking make you talk and speak and tell them and get Jesse to come find you. That's what they're gonna fucking do. There's dangerous motherfuckers out there you don't realize. And you and Jesse act all high.
Now, most of these videos just get cut off at the end, but to me, call me crazy, that sounds like a real threat. Michael doesn't agree with that. He doesn't consider that to be a threat.
You and Jesse both act all high money on your computer screen, acting like you're fucking untouchable. You troll and ruin people's lives with your bullshit. But sooner or later, someone's going to find you where you live, track you down, and make you disappear. There's a lot of dangerous people out there that you don't realize that lurk in the darkness.
All right. Now, I want to say something. When you start to say somebody's going to track you down, someone's going to find where you live, watch your back, all this kind of stuff, we can joke around here all day. I'll make a joke saying Kelsey's on her own, whatever. Let me be very clear, Michael, because I know you're going to watch this. I'm going to have a lot of fun laughing at this, and you brought this on yourself by saying things like this to my girlfriend. Now, these are never going to go away. We're recording them here right now. okay? And we have a response from Michael to Kelsey about these threats, but let me make myself perfectly clear on this situation. Stay tuned till the end of this episode. That's all I need to say. Stay tuned till the end of this episode. When you make threats like that, stay tuned. Let's keep watching, though. I'm enjoying this. I have fun watching this. Like, I'm not actually upset. As long as it stays in the realm of threats, I think threats are perfectly fine. I'm a free speech absolutist. He's got more to say.
God, I swear. Oh my fucking God. I swear you are fucking stupid. Why the fuck would I want to waste my time with that stupid fucking bullshit? Because it... you're so stupid. It makes no sense. Why would I do that? Why? Because I have logic.
Because I have logic. So this is in response to Kelsey saying this. Are you saying you are going to go after me to get Jesse? Now, obviously that is what he was saying in the previous videos, but now Kelsey is completely retarded for thinking something like this. And he says this while inside his shower. Now, I was originally presuming that he was recording some of these in his shower to try to keep the noise down. I know he used to have a roommate, but he actually ended up moving. And he moved, and I should probably explain this to you guys. I say we haven't really covered Michael in 2 years. I haven't done an episode about Michael really in 2 years, but we did have a thing happen earlier this year in Season Infinity where one of our listeners... You guys know him. He's Australian. He's in the office. His name is Scott. Scott went to visit Michael Wright. He asked Michael out on a date to a bar, and Michael bizarrely agreed to go on the date. Now, we did cover the videos of their date together. It wasn't really making fun of Michael. I thought Scott was just as bizarre for doing something like this. But apparently, what it turns out, Scott lives on the opposite side of Australia from Michael Wright. He couldn't get over to Michael Wright right now if he wanted to. What with the COVID lockdowns, the kahuna virus, it's like, I don't know, 4 hours away by plane or something like that. He's way far away from the guy, but he happened to be in Michael's neck of the woods earlier this year. Decided to ask him out on a date. Michael goes on a date with Scott. Things go well. Scott records it. Everything was fine until the very end of the episode when Scott reveals to Michael that he's a listener of Pod Awful and he had been wearing a Pod Awful t-shirt the entire time. So I'm kind of fibbing when I say I haven't talked about him in 2 years, but I'm not the one covering him. I didn't make Scott go do that. One of the things that ended up happening, though, as a result of Scott going on a date with Michael, is that Michael moved. Apparently, he was so scared of Scott, and I don't blame him, that he moved into a new place. And I guess in this new place, he does not have a roommate. So he's just electing to record these videos inside his shower for no reason. Here's another one.
You're dumb, honestly. You're like one of those dumb actors in Hollywood in one of those scary movies who are running, I want to run this way, I'll be safe. And it says danger. And you think it's running towards be safe. That's how dumb you are. And then, yeah, it's like, are you that dumb?
This is like a black guy mugging you on the street, holding a gun sideways to your head and going, look at you cry. What are you, crying? Are you scared? Oh, you think I'm going to pull the trigger? Fag. And then he kicks you in the nuts and takes your wallet anyway. I mean, you can't react like this after doing the threats. It's too late. Maybe if you deleted the threats, but he didn't. And it goes on.
How you people are so fucking stupid. Especially you. You're dumb. You're really, really fucking dumb, you know? It's like, why would I even do that kind of shit? Because it's not who I am, you know?
He's a man of God.
I don't take lives. I save lives. I want to join the military, you dumbass.
But Michael will never join the military. And let me be very clear, because again, Michael will be watching this. He'll never join the military. He'll never be a valiant, strong, and brave hero like me or the members of my family or even Kelsey, who is actually part of the Australian Army. Thank you very much. Thank you for your service, Kelsey. Our brave men and women across the globe out there serving the needs of Israel. So Michael's saying that he protects people, he would never hurt. Yeah, come on. Look at him. But the other thing is that we learned about Michael, he's a man of God, and he thinks I am a demon. I can kind of understand if you believe in God, you would react to me probably in a negative way. So that kind of makes sense. Kelsey responds. She says, "Don't make threats you can't back up, bitch." My girl don't take no guff. But Michael hits her back. He says this.
I would cause harm to you? No. Why would I do that? And sure, at the time, I was angry at Jesse for what he did, you know? But that's kind of my fault too. Because
Now, again, let me be clear. Michael requested to join the group, and I let him into the group. That's all I did. What is this at the time what Jesse did stuff? You threatened her after I let you in the group.
Because I post publicly, and that was my fault. And I hold accountability to that.
True. I agree, Michael. All of this is your fault. Remember that after you watch this. Here's another one.
If I was smarter
And you're never going to be.
and not to post publicly, he would have never found me. Those videos would not exist. So the only way I can actually truly fix this is go back in time into the past.
Okay, so everybody, now that people are commenting on his eyebrows, nice eyebrows, they say, unfortunately, if you stare too long at his eyebrows, one of them will crawl away. So please, I beg of you, do not look into them too deeply. You will be exposed to a horror, the likes of which you've never experienced. Let's take a look at another one.
Now, so all I can do now is just play the waiting game. Tick tock, tick tock. Sooner or later, this shit's gonna get deleted, taken down, one way or another. And I'm not too fussed because at the end of the day, he wants the attention. He wants the glory of ruining my life. I'm not giving it to him.
I want the glory of ruining your life. Oh, but sooner or later, this will all get taken down, huh? Hey, Michael, welcome to the internet. It's forever. Nothing's ever deleted. Here we are making sure of that. You see, I was watching these videos, and then I'm scrolling and seeing that the videos never end. They just keep going and going and going and going and going and going. And I go, he's still in the group. He's going to try to delete these videos. So what did I do? Of course, the smartest thing. I removed Michael from the group before he could delete anything. So he was in there a couple hours. I wasn't even around for most of it. All of these videos get posted. And then boom, he gets booted out on his ass, never to see the light of day. And now we have these videos forever. They're not going to go anywhere.
Literally over this fucking bullshit. You know, it's been 3.5 years this shit's been going on for. About just seeing this fucking TV show on YouTube and Facebook, slandering me over the internet with lies and
Thank you for calling it a
misinformation.
TV show.
That's fine. I don't care anymore. Because what's done is done. I want to get back to having a normal life.
Okay, well, if you don't care anymore, then several more weeks of this are coming. Enjoy. I'm sure you won't respond. I'm sure you won't give me on a platter all the content I could ever need. Honestly, I was assuming I was going to do another Rufio episode tonight, and then I woke up to find an entire episode just custom made for me. Thanks, Michael Wright. You're really one of the best goons.
There's only certain things I can tolerate, and if you waste the West Australian police's time, you waste any other people's time with lies and misinformation, or find out where I work and get me fired because of lies, I will see you. I will take you to court and take you for everything.
Yeah, good luck. So here's the part where he starts backpedaling. And he does this every time. Every time he's ever autistically death threatened me, anytime I've seen him do this to other people, all of a sudden, the second they call him out going, really? You want to death threats? You've had cops come to your house before, Michael. Is this a good idea? That's when the backpedaling starts happening. Well, actually, if you waste their time, you'll be in trouble. Shut up, you muppet. You don't know the law. You don't even understand how to be in the Army. Let me tell you something, too. As a member of the armed services and somebody who does support the troops, and let me be clear, I support all of the troops. Any troop out there, I fully support. ISIS, I got your back. The Russians, anybody, okay? Chinese troops, if you're using Uyghurs as slaves, I still support you. I can't help it. I bought a magnet. It's yellow. It's on the back of my car. It's in the shape of a ribbon. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm not strong enough to pry it off. So I want to be very, very clear about something here. I am part of the military. My family is part of the military. And everybody I know is in the military or died fighting in a war. And I know this very simple fact about the military, and this is true of militaries all across the world. The soldiers they take in, the brave men and women, and mostly men, that they take in are all butt fucking retarded. Okay? They have literal Down syndrome. Every single one of them. And that's why I support them. I love Down syndromes. I have Down syndrome. It's like the Special Olympics. If you were to watch, the drill sergeant telling these guys to run and climb over walls and go through, hopscotch through tires, that's the Special Olympics. It's the same thing. And you get the same thing at the end of it. You get to eat a little cookie and drink a little juice, and then that's about it. There's no real medals in it until you're dead. So, actually, I'm not sure that's part of the Special Olympics. They take in drooling mongoloids, yet Michael Wright, he's even further below that. He's on his own bottom tier level. He's the part of the ocean where suddenly the fish don't have skin anymore. You can just see their bones and they light up. That's where he's at on the intelligence level. The Army, and by the way, the Australian Army, these guys are upside down, for crying out loud. They took one look at him and went, oh, crikey, his head's going to crack like an egg on the first go. Nah, we can't take him. Now, look at his eyes. They're rolling back in his head every time he addresses us. I don't want to shout at this guy. It'd be too mean. You would never yell at a guy that looks like this. I would, but most people wouldn't.
Can you afford going to court? Take me on in court, because I can easily sue you all for everything you've got. Take everything.
He's going to
Your
sue
family
us.
owns as well. So, at the end of the day, do you want to support that Jesse guy? Or do you want to stay out of my way and do your own thing? Because I think it's best if you do.
So if you can't understand him, don't worry. I'll try to translate for Humpty Dumpty here. He's saying, do you really want to support Jesse, or do you want to get out of my way here and stop? So he's talking to my girlfriend. Yeah, I think she's probably going to, I don't know. If I had to weigh between me and Michael Wright, yeah, I'd probably pick Michael Wright too. Bye, Kelsey. So I'm just wondering, does he really think... I know this is a stupid thing to wonder about the goons, but when they try to threaten legal action or act like they're somehow above cops arresting them or whatever it is, do they think we are also dumb enough to buy that? Are they just hoping if they throw enough out there, if they hurl enough macaroni at the wall, something might stick? Or is it just a desperate plea, or is he really dumb enough to think that that's what's going to happen? Now, I'm not going to call the cops on him. I don't care. I don't think Kelsey's going to do it either. I don't think he's of any actual threat. Michael, and this is something I only very recently learned, he's actually only 5'6". He's very tiny, and most of the doctors said, and this is part of why he was rejected from the Army, the doctor said most of his body mass is contained inside his head. Apparently, he's got something called, it's a condition known as thick skull, and it's imagine a skull, but the inside, there's no hollowness to it. It's bone all the way through. He actually has a physical nose bone, and his head weighs much more than the rest of his body. He looks like a fat guy. I know what you're thinking. He's sort of a reverse Mersh, where his head is like a big, fat, rotten pumpkin, but his body is very tiny in comparison. Scott can confirm this. I don't know if Scott's in the chat room, but again, Scott met him in real life. His body is very small. His head is massive. So that's what's really going on here. Now, oh boy, you don't want to see that face. Okay, he's got more.
When does all this bullshit stop? Can't we all just get along? Can't we just have a nice, peaceful days in our life? Wake up in the morning, what a beautiful day, just have a normal life. But no, people like Jesse Podawful, you, people out there want to just got no life anymore because you live in darkness. You live in the basement of your mother's parents' house.
So this is a guy who lives in public housing, by the way. Say that we live in the basement of our mother's parents' house. I guess we live in our grandma's basement. Wow. He took it to a brand new level. Usually they stop at mom. No, we're in the, I've got the sign there, Mom's Basement Studios, from how many people have said I live in my mom's basement. I'm going to have to change this sign. I got to buy a whole new sign now. I live in my grandma's basement. I've never heard such a thing before. In the chat room, by the way, somebody said, hey, Jesse, come on, I'm 5'7". Don't announce that. You're on the internet. You're anonymous. You can be any height you want. Why would you tell people that you're 5'7"? Don't go under 5'10", okay? On the internet, just say 6 feet at the very least, really. I don't know what you look like. Just lie. Now we're all sitting here thinking about it. Ew. Come on, I'm not even going to call out your name. I'm going to help you out. I want you to, the guy who said that, we're all going to forget that you said it. Type in the chat now that you're 6 feet tall, okay? So we can just wash our mouths out of what you just said. Disgusting.
People out there. And this is why you act like this. This is why you left-wing people do this shit, because you have no life.
Left-wing people.
You're so full of hate and gun hatred. And anything you can't take that doesn't match up with your ideology, you get all angry and violent. Tell you to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's I really think about my ideology a lot. So this is his other thing. Because he's decided he's a MAGA guy, because he's a Trump guy, he's a real American, he now is bringing up left-wing stuff. Now, let me tell you something. I'm no wing, okay? I've got 2 wings, and I'm above it all. I'm flying high above everything. But Kelsey, if she were to pick a wing, I would have to say she's sort of right-wing. She literally owns a bathing suit that is just a print of Donald Trump's face with his eyeballs on her titties. Okay? To call Kelsey left-wing, to call me left-wing really doesn't make any sense, but certainly not Kelsey. So, but this is the way his brain works. You just kind of got to go with it. You never know where he's going to go with these things.
I'm a Republican.
He's a Republican.
You see, I put the Red Party. In America, this would be the Republican Party, what this stands for. In Australia, it's fucking Labour.
Okay, so again, you can't be a Republican if you're not even an American. But let me just clear this up for those of you who are not versed in Australian politics. Their Conservative Party is not called Labour. And you might have guessed that if you'd ever heard of, any sort of left-leaning, maybe social sort of person. You tend to hear this word labor from a certain, the means of production, some labor stuff. Anyway, he's saying he's labor. He doesn't know his own country's political parties. I know it better than him. I have no reason to. Kelsey responds. She says, "Are you threatening me with court now? First violence, now this? Wow, all I wanted was brunch." He responds.
Side. Here's some facts. So the red side color is the blood of Jesus Christ that we stand for as Republicans, America,
Oh yeah, in Australia, the Labor Party were all right-wing Republicans and Christ believers. And the left side is nothing but the blue blood of a snake.
Yes, I also recall that snakes have blue blood. So, by the way, let me just be clear. You probably got Kelsey back on board with the comment red like the blood of Christ. She's into the Jesus stuff. Me, not so much, but she's into that. So I don't know where to go with all of this. And I don't think Kelsey did either. She says, I don't live in my grandma's basement. You need Jesus, mate. He responds,
It's the Democrats in America and the Liberals in Australia. And they are the blood of the snake that wants to save and destroy our nation full of misleading information. Because they're full of shit.
Okay, I mean, this is just all over. I think I can skip the last one there. It doesn't really matter. And when I say the last one, oh no, there's a lot more videos to go. But that's the last one in response to Kelsey. But then he privately messaged her this.
Really fucking stupid. So that proves you're really fucking dumb. I didn't make any threats to you, you dumb motherfucker. Are you really fucking stupid? I didn't make no threats to you, so stop talking shit. You fucking wannabe fucking woman or whoever the fuck you are, so shut the fuck up.
Or whatever you are.
You're really
woman,
a fucking
something.
idiot. Like, you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. So, shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. I know my political fucking shit. You don't. You just fucking sit in your fucking little fucking mind and fucking let people pay for your shit because you're a fucking gold digger. Look at you fucking cunt.
Wow, that's an incredible claim. She's a gold digger. More F's than a Quentin Tarantino film. Okay, so a lot to unpack there. The gold digger thing, I think, though, is maybe the most fun claim he tried to make. Who is she a gold digger? Is she gold digging him? Is she gold digging me? Does that mean I have gold? Is Michael calling me rich? Is he saying that I have a lot of money and thus influence and power? Maybe you're right, Michael. Maybe you should look out. You gold digging bitch. Now, I gotta tell you, I'm of two minds about him messaging my girlfriend that. On the one hand, that's my girlfriend, bro. You can't talk to her that way. On the other hand, I applaud him for talking to a woman that way. I kind of like that. Sorry, Kelsey. I don't know what to tell you. That's how, I mean, I've probably messaged several women just like that recently. You piece of fucking shit. You're stupid as fuck. Take it back, you bitch. I must have told one woman the other day about 15 different ways I was planning on killing her just because I thought she was a little bit rude on Facebook. I told her I was going to fuck start her meat wagon. Don't even know what that means. So anyway, okay, those are the private messages with Kelsey. Now, here's the part where Michael starts posting just to the group in general, okay? He's mad that he got added after requesting that. What do they say in the chat room? AU gold. He may think this is how you get ladies in America. She's not even in America. She's not from America. You know, she's locked down because of the kahuna virus over there in Australia. Michael is gay and jealous. Real recognizes real. You know, respect. I got to be honest. If you know how to lay it down, you know how to lay it down. You got to keep the pimp hand strong. You know what I mean? Playboy.
You can sit there and look that. I don't know how you can sit there and look that piece of shit scumbag, Jesse, mock me like this, make fun of me in those damn videos he did 2 fucking years ago. How would you like if that was you? You do realize these videos ruin someone's reputation of me, right?
Okay. The idea. So he's mad that I did these videos 2 years ago because I've ruined his reputation. I know a thing or two about Michael. I know his past. I know his history. I know how his community perceives him. He's sort of a known entity around where he lives. Let me explain something to you. Before Pod Awful, Michael Wright's reputation was that he was a, oh, bless his heart type guy who would freak people out, had the cops called on him multiple times, would play music way too loud, was a suck on the government, taking tax money because he just refuses to get a job and be a normal person, would drink in the shower while wearing full army uniform, full camos, full PTs. He has every type of outfit you can think of, while pretending to cry in the shower and filming himself, and was known around the internet for being a stolen valor guy. And after Pod Awful, he was known for being on Tosh.0. But I ruined his reputation. Gosh, can you imagine how tough his life must be? Because, again, he was doing all those things before Pod Awful, and ever since Pod Awful, he's been continuing to buy army gear, riding around playing music too loud while wearing it, recording himself pretending to cry and pretending to be American, and drinking nonstop while not having a job. But I've ruined his reputation. That's completely conceivable.
Those videos he made of me about stealing so-called valor and all these other ones he made of me, they're all a bunch of fake fucking news. Make America great again. Put that piece of shit. Get his shit deleted. America. Fuck. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. America. Fuck yeah. That came up organically. Okay, if you know what I'm referencing, you know what I'm referencing. But I can't help that. He did that on his own. America. Fuck. Yeah. So the irony of this is, you might not be able to tell because, if you're not aware, Australians have bug mouth. They have insect mouth parts that they're constantly trying to work around the English language to no avail. The letter O, they spell the letter O. Did you know that? Here, the letter O is spelled O. And in Australia, it's spelled AWRRRRRN, hard RRRRRRRW. There isn't even an O in it. And so they're bug-like mouths. It's impossible to tell what they're saying sometimes. You might not be aware of it. In this video, Michael was attempting to do his American accent. So he's talking about he doesn't steal valor. He's even stealing just American valor. He's stealing your valor. If you're American. If you're something else, gross. Get out of here. Let's see what else he's got to say. It never ends.
Literally, he's a piece of shit dirtbag fucking troll. He's got no fucking life. So, this is why he does this shit. Because he has no fucking life. He'd rather have a life by ruining people's lives with stupid fucking content on Facebook and YouTube and all that fucking podcast shit he does. He needs to be destroyed.
Yeah, that's true. I don't have a life, he says from his bed while not wearing a shirt in the middle of the day and wearing a MAGA hat. Yeah, that seems right. You're probably right about that one.
Well, let me ask you a question. How would you people who support this piece of shit, how would you feel if that was you being mocked and ridiculed? How would you feel?
Answer that in the chat. Great question.
Fake videos about you, lying, mocking, ridicule you, and then people attack you in the streets because of that piece of shit.
I would love. Now he's claiming he's been attacked in the streets because of me. I have never heard him say that to me once. He's making that up. It's never been reported. Nobody's ever said anything to me about this. Nobody I know would attack him in the street. Unless, Michael, with the threats, unless. But tell me in the chat room, how would you feel if you were in his shoes? I would love to know. Let's see what they're saying in the chat room. Man, this guy can't even understand how you do it for money. His eyebrows are growing with each post. Australia officially gives away Mike to America. I'm sure they would love for us to take him off their hands. I would feel great, says Scott, the guy who bullied him in real life. I'd just laugh. I would feel pretty good about it, says a bunch of losers in the chat room. Hi, Michael. I would probably not keep replying like a tardo. Okay, well, everybody who replied to that is, and by the way, I'm not just kidding. I'm not saying this out of nowhere. I read each person's name. I know who each of you are. You're all stupid, ugly losers. You see that, Michael? Nobody's leaving. Everybody's fine. Nobody's freaking out. That's the way you respond. Every time I make fun of somebody on this show, I assume something, and I greatly fear this thing as well. Here's what I assume. I assume that they will be normal, and they will respond to my ribbing and my mocking and my hectoring with nothing. Or at the very least, I don't know, or at the very most, rather, maybe going, ha, you got me. Ah, you scamp. You silly goose. Oh, boy, you were right. Hey, that one thing you said, that was right. You got me. Pretty funny. I fear that because then I can never make fun of them again. It's over at that point. They've just won. You know, if they go, come on, man, you got me, then they're not even really a goon at that point. I fear that, but I always assume that's how they'll respond. I treat everybody like they're normal. You know, when I made fun of Revenge of the Sis, I assumed, silly me, that their response, being guys who do the same thing I do, I just thought that maybe they'd go, that Jesse, that's the way he is. We'll get him back one day. We'll do a show about him. It's almost never what happens. I can think of maybe 2 people ever who have responded with, man, come on. Yeah, I am silly. You're right. What a silly goose. And I've never gotten to talk about them again. You know, I had a whole episode on this one guy. He was this weirdo who would write songs. He lived on a houseboat. It was so clear that his life was just misery, but he was trying to make the best of it. I invite him on the show. I'm interviewing him, and he rolled with it. And that episode sucked. I hated it. He ruined it. That's my biggest fear. Michael Wright, you could learn a thing or two. Every time I make fun of the goons, I give them the best advice they're ever going to get on the internet, and they never take it. But nobody ever listens to any of my advice. It's why you're all doing so poorly.
That shit. Exactly. You wouldn't like that shit. So...
He responded to you. Wait a second. How did that... Wait, that's not what they did. They said they'd be fine with it, Michael. You don't get to say exactly. He just assumes he knows your answer. Exactly. The golden rule. You wouldn't like... I'm pretty sure anybody willing to watch this show would think it was funny.
Exactly. You wouldn't like that shit. So... do what's right. For America. Delete it.
Ooh, delete it. He said, that boils my blood. Oh! Those colors don't run. Red, white, and blue belong to America. Okay, those are also the colors of the Australian flag and the French flag too, huh? And a lot of flags. The UK flag. All right, but anyway, that song is American, and to hear it out of that mealy mouth, that fish mouth you've got, your disgusting accent, ooh, I swear to God, I might have to call in a tactical strike, you know?
You motherfuckers won't do that shit, will you? Because you don't support this. America! You want to destroy America because you're the left-wing people. You're bigots and fools. You don't got their shit together. They don't have the information correct. They just want to destroy America and...
Okay, so it kind of just devolves into these types of things. Do we want to watch this? Hang on, let's just take a look.
Motherfuckers, all you got is dumbass pieces of shit in your fucking brain. Going, Trump's a piece of shit. But I can't figure why. I can't say why you're a piece of shit, but I'm just saying you're just a piece of shit and a racist motherfucker. And I can't come up with an actual fact reason why is that. So I just walk away in anger and yell.
Okay, so in America, when we make fun of a dumb guy, we'll do something like, hey, everybody, look at me, I'm Michael Wright, look at me. Is it a thing in Australia that dumb people talk like this? I don't know who Trump is. Oh, hang on. That might have been racist. I'm so sorry to the Chinese. As I said, I support you. I support your Uyghur slaves. I support the troops. 07's in the chat to China. I'm so sorry about that one. But is that the way you guys make fun of dumb people, or is that just a Michael Wright thing? I don't know. I can't remember Kelsey ever saying to me, oh, look at me. Oh, I'm Jesse. Look how stupid I'm being right now. I don't think it's a thing. I'm not sure.
The United States of America is completely fucked because you got all these left-wing radical motherfuckers doing this stupid fucking protest shit. Black Lives Matter, that's a whole bunch of bullshit. When you got Antifa trying to hide amongst the crowd of that and trying to riot, destroy the fucking nation and defund the police, we need the fucking cops.
We need the fuck. I love that every video cuts off mid-sentence. It actually makes this a lot more insane. Fucking Black Lives Matter and Antifa, we need the fucking cops. I mean, where was that sentence going? We need them to what? We need them with the biggest knees kneeling on all of the necks. If I were president, I would start a program to give all the cops injections in their knees to grow them as big as possible so they could crush as many George Floyd necks as possible. All right, I don't want to see. Listen, the internet has now devolved and everybody is talking about politics stuff. It's so sickening. And when we came back from vacation, I thought, we'll start talking about the goons and we'll finally get away from talking about this politics stuff, Black Lives Matter, Antifa, all this stuff, because it's even infecting me now. I look at everything, I go, what side are you on? Whose side am I on? Blah, blah, blah. You know it's bad when the goons are talking about this stuff. They shouldn't even know this stuff exists. Michael Wright should be sitting there in a bubble just playing dress up, playing Korn as loudly as possible on his portable speaker. Last week, Rufio Phoenix was making statements about Black Lives Matter. This is a sickness, and we have to stop. Now, listen, my job is to make hot takes on the internet. I don't like it. I'm not happy about it. But if the only thing I have to make a hot take about, if the only thing I have to say a joke about is this Black Lives Matter stuff or the Trump or oh my God, Ruth Bader Ginsburg is dead, all this stuff, if that's the only thing anyone is talking about, then what do I have to make fun of? When the goons are talking about it, what do I have to make fun of? I'm going to beg you guys, please, every time you go to post something about Black Lives Matter, Antifa, politics, vote, any of that stuff. Number one, don't vote. You're stupid if you vote. Number two, don't post, okay? Don't do it. It's a trap. It's a trick. They're trying to get you. I'm begging you, let me start joking about silly things again. Every joke I have to make now is because it's just this stuff. It's all I ever see. I don't want Michael Wright's life. I don't want Rufio Phoenix's life talking about these things. They're supposed to be pure and simple. Imagine if Master Studios starts talking. I mean, the next thing you know, you're going to tune in. I expect it from Santa Cruz Joker. But if I ever tune in to Master Studios and he says, "Hi, everybody. Welcome. On this video, I'll be giving you my opinions on Antifa. Black lives don't matter." And then he snaps his fingers and turns invisible. I'm going to have to beat you all up. It's going to be your faults if that happens. So please help me make this stop. I want to joke about silly goons. That's it. I just want to make fun of the internet. Now everybody's on the internet and they're all henpecking one another. It stinks. I don't want to hear any more of this from Michael Wright. I can't do it. Look how many videos this. There's so many. There's so many. Look at this. All right, I'll play a random one. Let's just see what he's saying in this one.
You know what? I've come to a point that I'm over it. And I've kind of worked out his sock profile, Jesse Portawful. You know why he does this shit? Because his life is fucking a worthless piece of shit dirt bag. He's got no fucking life. So to make himself feel good is to hurt other people like a fucking bully in high school.
Wow. Michael. Thank you. Thank you. Thank God he stopped talking about Black Lives Matter. Oh, what a relief. Okay, I'm just a psychopath who gets off on making fun of retarded people. Good. Okay, thank you so much for that, Michael. Let's hear what else he has to say.
Piece of shit. He's full of shit. He lies, Jesse Portawful. Continue this kind of stuff that he does. Sooner or later, someone's going to either smash him, shoot him in the head, or give him coronavirus.
Okay, that went a different direction than I thought it was. Maybe Michael Wright is the one who started the kahuna virus. We might have to reopen that mystery. Again, though, all of a sudden, it's starting to sound a lot like threats again, isn't it? Isn't that strange? He wasn't threatening before. Now he's threatening. Let's hear what else he's got to say.
I don't know how people just pay for his shit. Pay him money for the so-called pizza fund, and you just watch and fund this stupid shit. Now, how would you like it if it was you who was being mocked and ridiculed by this motherfucker? How would you like it if that was your children out there, or your parent, or your sister, or your brother, or your cousin being mocked like this? Would you stand for that?
Yeah, 100%. That would be very funny. Start doing it. Oh no, you made fun of my brother. That idiot. Who cares? By the way, I just want to point this out. I do that little tiny diatribe, just a slight aside about don't vote and you're gay for posting about Antifa. And we lost nearly 20 people watching. This is what I'm talking about. Think about that. I want you to think about that. They got so mad. I'm not kidding. Almost 20 people left during that conversation. They are so swept up by this. They're so taken with all of these thoughts. By the way, you don't have a thought about these things. All right? I hate to say it. I'm not trying to civilian you. You know, this isn't a Mersh rant. Okay, let me be very clear. Let me be very specific here. This is not me saying I know stuff, you guys don't know anything. No. I only say things that are going to make me laugh, or if I've just got something I want to get off my chest. I don't know anything. I got Down syndrome, okay? But you don't know anything either. And not a single one of you, don't think you're the exception. I'm talking to every single one of you. You have never posted anything that is your original thought on any of these topics. I'm trying to get more people to leave. So we just got more people to tune in. Let me be very clear. You don't have opinions on Black Lives Matter. You don't have opinions on Antifa. You don't have opinions on politics. You read a thing on the internet and then you repeat it like a goddamn dumbass. You are basically the NPC you were making fun of a year ago. Okay? Every time you get swept up in it, me too, you are just repeating thing I heard on TV. Doesn't make it better that it's something you heard on the internet. You're the same as your boomer dad. You don't have opinions on these things. Let me be very, very clear about something. You know what? I'm going to read you a statement, okay? This is a statement I made before on this very topic, and I just got to get it out there. I just have to make this. I screenshotted this the other day because I was reminded of it. This is something I posted on Instagram a while ago, and this was around the time that all the Jeffrey Epstein stuff was breaking. I said, stop reading the news. It isn't real. I'm not just talking about fake news either. Sure, now you can watch a narrative be crafted, lied about, exposed, and then brushed under the rug when the next story comes out, all within a day. But think about news in general. It's nothing. It has no effect on your life. Part of the news is now literally telling you what happened behind the scenes on the latest shitty Disney movie. That's now news. It's gossip. And it isn't even interesting gossip. Trump did a thing. Who cares? You still have to go to fucking work tomorrow and feed your family. News has always been fake. It's a choice on whether it affects you. Glue feathers to your body and go live in the forest and learn to communicate with ants. All right, some brave souls stuck around through that one. I thought for sure if I started reading statements, that would be what would get it. I need to stop seeing this stuff. The news has never been real. Never. And I don't, again, not fake news. What is news? Have you ever woken up, gotten the newspaper, opened it up to page 3, and seen, and you're Jeff, and you're like, hey, look at this, page 3. Jeff's going to get his paycheck today a little earlier than normal. Oh, great. It's never anything that has to do with you. You don't have to do with world politics. You don't. You don't. World news is meaningless to you. Most of you have probably never even been to the world. That's a statement. Now, that's a big claim to make. It's meaningless. And your local news barely means anything. The only local news that ever really might mean something to you is the traffic. And even that one, it's like, it's probably going to change by the time it affects you. I've never understood that, where they're like, you're either in the traffic already, so you can't do anything about it, or it's going to be cleared up by the time you're there. What is the point of reporting the traffic over the radio? I've never understood that one, but it might be the only thing that's actually news. Oh, somebody I never met got shot. Listen, if somebody you know gets shot, you'll hear about it. If your dad dies, you'll probably know. Someone's probably going to give you a call when that happens. They're probably not going to keep it from you. You know, I don't think you're going to have to turn to the Times Dispatch to find out. Let me check the obituary. Are people doing that? Is that what the obituaries used to be? Did it used to be you had to go like, all right, I better read the newspaper to find out if all my friends are dead? God, imagine the obituary section in the New York Times after 9/11. Must have been the whole paper. That might have been the only time that made any sense. Oh, my God. Oh, boy. All right, do I know this guy? That's a lot of pages. Anyway, I have to say this. I have to. I'm sorry. I'm just so sick of it. I just want to make a funny show, and the internet has been polluted with this nonsense. I don't remember if I played this one or not. Yes, I did play this one. All right, let's play the next one. Michael Wright, ladies and gentlemen.
No, exactly. You wouldn't stand for that shit, would you? Exactly.
I don't know why it's not
What
playing.
are you gonna do about it? You're gonna sit there, do nothing, let this piece of shit walk over these people like me, or others out there, done nothing wrong, trying to have a normal life.
Okay, in the chat room they say, a black guy got killed? No! Let me tell you something. 2 days ago, there was apparently a mass shooting. And I looked at it, I read it, said it was Rochester, New York. I go, that sounds like that's probably a pretty black place. And I noticed that they weren't saying anything about the gunman. And I noticed that they said it happened at a house party. And so immediately I put 1 and 0 together and deduced that it was a black mass shooting, which happen constantly, but you never hear about them because they happen constantly. Something happens all the time. It's not news. So I said on Twitter, hey, this is trending right now. In 1 day, no one will be talking about this. And sure enough, that news story is poof, gone. It's been 24 hours. It's nowhere. Now, that might be partially due to Ruth Bader Ginsburg dying, but I honestly think, and maybe this is me being a little bit ruthless. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. R.I.P. to the RBG. Real one. An HNIC, if there ever was one. This might be a little too much, but Yeah, black people dying will never be news. And again, when it comes to finding out if your mom or dad died, the only person who might have ever found out through the newspaper were all of George Floyd's kids he never met. Oh my God, that guy. Mom told me about him. What's he called again? You know how a lot of kids' first words are mom, mama, mama. A black kid's last word is dad. Dad. All right, too far, fine, too far. Let's play the next one.
I'm trying to get my shit together, have a normal life. From a war-torn childhood of abuse, violence, destruction. And this motherfucker does this shit to me 2 years ago. And still wants to fucking grab me by the balls. Fuck him.
He considers his childhood to have been war-torn. He grew up in Western Australia. I think he was probably fine. Who knows, though?
Get how you people can support this motherfucker.
I don't know why some of these videos aren't playing. Sorry.
Earlier this year, get me again. He sent someone I didn't suspect that was working for him. Come to visit me. Meet up at a bar. Buys me food.
Okay, so now he's talking about when Scott went to visit him when they went on a date together. Now he's just unloading everything that Pot Awful has ever done to him.
Drunk. He extorted personal questions from me and ruined me.
Ruined him?
And I fell into deep depression and brokenness.
There's so much slime on his lips.
It's like the worst hurt ever.
Wait, what's happening? Jesse would DM you, but you blocked him? Who did I block? Who's talking? What's going on? Do you guys think he's going to see his shadow on February 2nd? Oh, that's so tragic. It's almost pathetic. War-torn Australia. Shitty Australian 3G networks. I think it's just Facebook fucking up. I don't know if it's the video on here or maybe it always fucked up. I remember all of these videos playing last time. So he's talking about Scott doing all this. Now, Doug Steinfeld has replied to Michael on this video and says he ruined you. Whoa, that's harsh. That's from Doug Steinfeld. Let's see.
Motherfuckers. None of you dumb motherfuckers know what it's like to be in my shoes. Suffering every day, back issues, mental health issues. Day in and day out. And you feel like you're a worthless piece of shit. Somebody wants to be a hero who wants to give their life. Ungrateful piece of shit like you. And then get constantly fucking mocked, ridiculed online.
And, oh God, no, this one starts with a close-up.
Jesse Pot Awful. You're going to fall. One way or another, you're going down. Tosh already happened to Tosh.0 when he mocked and ridiculed me on his TV show. Now he's gone. Cancel. Cancel culture. And you're next, you dirtbag motherfucker.
New episode of Tosh.0 this Tuesday. Just saw a commercial for it. Sorry, Michael Wright, but it looks like you lose that battle too. I don't know where he got the idea that Tosh.0 was canceled. I think their first new episode came out the same week that he made this video. And if you don't know, what happened was Michael went on Tosh.0, and the reason he was on Tosh.0 is Tosh.0 steals my goons and content sometimes. They've been doing this for years. This is an actual true fact. I've talked to people. I know people from the show watch Pot Awful, and they watch a lot of little shows like this that they might be able to pull things from that nobody's seen before. And so after Michael was on my show, they started contacting, trying to get him on Tosh.0. Now, he went on there, and I don't know why he's acting like that was such a big, bad thing for him. They treated him just fine on Tosh.0. You know, Tosh.0 is oftentimes nice to the goons. All they had him on for, they didn't talk about stolen valor. He was on there because he has a skill where he can make siren sounds. It's his autism special power. So he goes... That's the only thing. They didn't grill him on anything else about Michael Wright's life, not the stolen valor stuff, not any of it. And he's acting like Tosh.0 ruined his life now. Now here's a video of him dancing. There's no audio to this one. I'll play this for you anyway, just because I feel like you need to see it. I'm so sorry to the audio-only people, but for some reason, he just uploads a video of himself dancing. Here he is in the full army gear. He's got his speaker on his chest. He backs up from the camera, and he does a little jig. Oh, a little soft shoe. And there's his gunt. His gunt flops out. And there's the belly, and he does a little tap-a-tap, and the phone falls backwards. Just in the most comedic timing of all time, the phone falls down from his retarded dance. Is that all of it? I think it is. But an interesting thing happened. So he makes all these videos from bed, shirtless, laying there under the covers, and then the cult starts responding back to Michael from bed. Here's Eliana in bed with a message to Michael, right?
Hey, Michael. Just want to say you're a very brave person, you know, and you shouldn't take that shit from Jesse. You need to tell him off, and I'm your biggest fan. Okay, bye.
So Eliana likes Michael. I love the bed response. Eliana likes Michael. She's on his side. That's fine. That's fine. You don't have to take my side. I'm not so egotistical like that. But then somebody else responds to Michael from his bed, and it may be Michael's true biggest enemy. He might hate me. He might hate Daniel Tosh, but I don't think he hates anyone as much as he hates Scott from Australia.
Hey, Michael, remember me? I'm going to come over there. I know where you live. I know where you hang out. I know where you are. I'm going to kiss you. I'm going to kiss you till you love me. Mwah. Can't stop me.
Completely shirtless, and now the threats have gone sexual. Have you ever seen an adult man threaten another adult man with kisses? I don't think it's ever been done. We're setting new territories here. Oh, no. Why did I click on that? God damn it. For some reason, it just clicked on some guy's profile. Okay. And then it ends off with an image of AU Gold, but it doesn't stop there. You'll notice, and I hope I'm not telling too many tales out of school here, you'll notice that Scott's name on Facebook here, where he posted this, is Doug Steinfeld. Well, this has confused Michael Wright a great deal. Michael now believes Scott's real name is Doug Steinfeld. He assumes that Scott must have lied to him about his name when they met each other. And so Michael starts sending a lot of audio responses to Doug Steinfeld. I haven't even heard all of these. Let's take a listen.
Get this through your head, Doug. I'm not attracted to you. I'm not gay. I'm not homosexual. I'm going to give you the courtesy that you seem an okay guy, but what you did to me fucking earlier this year was a fucking cunt act.
You seem like an okay guy. I'm going to kiss you, and there's nothing you can do about it. You seem like a right good chap.
And I already knew that
you're true blue, mate. Fair dinkum.
You're about to fucking take me for a fool. Because when you walked away and got me the first beer, the Holy Spirit told me that you were there to mock me. But because I was already drunk, I didn't take it into notice. And at the end, I already knew. And that's why when you exposed your shirt to me saying you worked for Pod Awful, why do you think I was calm about it? Because right there I knew if I fucking just went full rage and smashed you into the fucking ground and caved in your fucking skull, I would be in prison for the rest of my life. So I thought, you know what, it's not worth it, not worth the trouble. So I walked away like a big man. Like, you are a piece of shit.
Tiny
and
man,
what
really.
You did?
Now, I'm not going to relitigate this. We've gone through this before. Michael claiming he knew Scott was part of Pod Awful. The Holy Spirit told him this. Go watch the episode from earlier this year with Scott and Michael Wright, okay? You have to see it for yourself. You can see it on Michael's face. He's completely stunned when Scott reveals that he's working with Pod Awful. It's so funny.
What you did.
The name of that episode is Stolen Christian Valor. Search for it on our YouTube channel. It's a free episode. Anybody can see it. Stolen Christian Valor.
To me, the way you disrespected me, took me for a fool, you will be held accountable for that. And when it comes to the day of judgment, when you're facing God's courtroom, surrounded by angels, you're going to be judged for your actions and everything you've done wrong.
That must be so weird to be in a courtroom surrounded by concentric rings spinning around, covered in eyes on fire, flaming and glowing, so bright your eyes melt.
And then when they grab you and cart you to the end of the cliff where the fiery pits are hell waiting, and you're screaming, please, please, no. I'll be there watching your fate. You need to repent and come to Christ before it's too late. Because this world's going to be gone soon. And the truth is, do you want to spend it in darkness, in pain and torture for the next 1,000 years in hell? Suffering? Or do you want to have eternal life with Christ?
Do 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 do. I miss the rains down in hell. I'm on fire and the devil's raping me. Okay, man, Christianity sounds like a really nice religion.
I'm done with your bullshit. I'm done. Okay? I don't find you attractive. I'm not homosexual. I'm not into men that way or you that way. So stop.
Man, Scott, you are an incel, bro. He rejected you. He's not only is he not into men, he's specifically not into you. Like, even if he considered being with men, Scott, you are too ugly for Michael Wright.
Stop trying to do your gay shit upon me. Because if it does get to a point where that I feel threatened or unsafe about you, I will have the police involved. And I will have an order against you, if necessary.
He's going to use necessary force.
So don't find out where I live. Don't come to my...
He's injecting his knees right now.
But don't even...
Protect your neck, Scott.
And spread the rumors around where I live. Because you wouldn't like it if you're in my shoes.
See, he's saying, don't find out where I live. Don't spread rumors about where I live, because he moved from the last place after Scott met with him.
Like a man you should be, that acts like a man, like a little pussy little bitch hiding behind a computer screen. Respect me and you get respect. Treat me with disrespect, you get disrespect. You know, how would you like it if you fucked with the wrong person and they mess with your family? Exactly. You wouldn't like that,
Exactly. You wouldn't like that. He does it then too. That's so good. Exactly. You wouldn't like that. Now, would you? That's like something they said to him as a kid. Like, Michael, don't kick dirt at the other kids. How would you like it if they kicked dirt at you? You wouldn't, would you? Exactly. And he's just taking that in. That's just how you say that phrase now. He can't break himself of it. I love when... Scott's sending me more stuff. Scott, stop it. You're going to throw me off. Hang on. Wait till... he just got one. Should I play it? All right. I'm 3 in. This is fresh, guys. So Michael's watching right now, I assume. This is fresh off the books. Let's take a listen.
Cunt's a fucking dead man. I'm going to fucking hire a hitman to take him out.
He's going to hire a hitman to take me out. Okay, Michael. Wait till the end of this episode. So, I just want to point something out. He said something in that last message that you hide behind the computer screen. We had to be done with this. That made sense 10 years ago, maybe, to say. I have had my face in front of the computer screen. I'm forcing it on you every time I've ever done anything like this. I don't hide. I don't pretend to be other people. Scott's face is out there. Scott sent him a full face video threatening him with kisses. I mean, you're not hiding at this point. You can't use that. This whole mom's basement thing, grandma's basement, hiding behind a keyboard, hiding behind a computer screen. My real name's out there. My face is out there. You've not done anything so far. Nobody has. Nobody has. Pot Awful just keeps winning. I don't get it.
You know, I'm sick of people like you thinking, oh, look at you got no life. So, because you're all fucking miserable, you got no life in you, you're all full of that.
Somebody asked an interesting question. 2D in the chat says, how much is Michael paying for the hit? Great question. How much money do retarded people get from the government a month? Now, minus the cost of many, many cases of beer, and I would say he is paying around the order of $0. He doesn't have any money. So I don't think we have anything to worry about.
Full of broken dreams or hurt, full of anger and hatred and
I walk a lonely road, the only one that I have ever known.
And bulliness and trolliness. So what do to make yourself feel good? You attack other people, you hurt other people, because you're a narcissist, motherfucker. That's what you are, you're a narcissist. You have no feelings at all, you're just a dead walking piece of shit, motherfucker. And all you want to do is cause misery and pain for other people around in your day-to-day walk. So, sort your fucking shit out.
Sort your fucking shit out. Hey, stop being a dweeb, okay? Sort your fucking shit out. What was the thing that Rufio called people? I can't remember it now. A dip? Did he call him a dip? It was something like that. I don't want you to be miserable. I'm not trying to hurt anyone's feelings. I just think it's very funny that you steal valor, and you do. You do steal it. We could have left it at that, but now with all the death threats, obviously I got to do another show about this.
Okay, then say you thought I was cool, then why did you do what you did to me then? Huh? Why would you do that? How would you do something like that if you thought I was cool? Why would you do that for Jesse? Because he's a narcissist, he's a narcissist piece of shit that just gets off people in broken...
Wake me up when this message ends.
Hurtness and pain and suffering. That's what he gets off on. And for you to agree with something like that, what you did to me that day in the varsity bar, you should be ashamed of yourself. You know, I have no respect for you.
A dink. Thank you in the chat. That's what Rufio. Stop being a dink, okay? Get your act together. Stop being a dink.
For what you did. You know, I came out of my way to meet you. Cause I thought you might be a right bloke. But before the meeting, I had a gut feeling.
There's something, you know, I know it's just a dip. Like, I know it doesn't sound this way in Australia. But there's something about saying, I thought you might be a right bloke, that it just sounds like you mean something gay. Just sounds like you were hoping he'd be a power bottom or something. Oh, he's a right bloke. I don't know.
It wasn't right, and I knew it. I should have went with my gut feeling and the voice of God in me that told me that you're a piece of shit. And you'll get what's coming. Not from me, but from an angry...
Oh, an angry something. I don't know. God entered Michael's body like an egg his same size, like me floating into you or you floating into me.
From an angry God. I'm sick of you stupid people thinking that God isn't real, the devil isn't real. If you look closely, then you start to see the evidence that it's very real.
The evidence is mounting.
You think the devil's going to show his presence? You think God's going to show his presence? No. It's all about seeking and finding them. The question is, the devil's good at what he does with deception. He's very good at what he does. He's not no fucking dumbass. Right? So you know the story why he got kicked out of heaven? Because he wouldn't worship us. Because we were made in God's image. But now, these days, we're turning into the devil's image, not of God's image anymore. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to turn from the world, which is the devil's image, to God's image in the heavenly realm. You don't realise night and day, there's always these forces that are fighting each other. And you're too stupid to believe it because you're under the influence of what goes around in your neighbourhood and what you see on the TV and the form of control.
I agree with him there. Do want to be an American, idiot. So he does want to be an American.
See, the only reason why that you didn't leave that bar that day in the hospital is because of the love of God that shined in me. As Jesus died for you and your sins and your wickedness. So as I...
Wait, was that the sound of his belly just then? Did you hear that? I can't play it back, damn it.
From the Jesus teachings, forgive those as they do not know what they are doing, is which I forgave you. For
what you did not know what you were doing to me. That's why I sat there humbly, quietly, and let you just do what you did to me in that bar. Humbly, because I knew...
What did you do to him, Scott? Hang on a second. This is starting to sound a little creepy.
You're a fool. That I knew one day or another you're going to learn one way that you did what was wrong. You weren't knowing what you were doing was wrong. So I just sat there humbly. Because at any moment, any time, I could have grabbed that glass when you were videotaping me on your phone live chat. I would have smashed it over the head. But no, I'm better than that. It's not who I am.
Well,
so you have God to thank.
You're having
for you
those
walking
thoughts.
Out alive that day in that bar.
It kind of sounds like that's who you are when you're sending these. Hang on a second. That's not who you are? Let me just check something real quick.
Cunt's a fucking dead man. I'm going to fucking hire a hitman to take him out.
That's not who I am, though. Now I don't know which one I was listening to. Ugh.
I'm an angry God.
Oh, no. We heard that one.
See, the only reason why that you didn't leave that bar that day in the hospital is because of the love of God that shined in me. As Jesus died for you and your sins and your wickedness.
Yep,
So
that was his belly. I knew I heard his belly.
I want to thank for me not putting you in the hospital that day. So I hope you learned from this. What you're doing with your life is wrong. The truth, you're living a life of wrongful things. I'm sick of falling down to your level, to your people's level, like you. And I know the truth about God, but you don't. God does not walk with you. You seek the things of the world. Is it really worth it? Is it really worth to gain the world and lose your entire soul?
Yes.
What are you doing, man? What are you doing?
Yes, my child.
So what are you doing? I feel sorry for you. At the same time, I dislike you, but it's just like the love of God once again. You know, for the Heavenly Father to forgive me of my trespasses, I have to forgive you of yours. So at the end of the day,
Our Father, who doth steal valor, hallowed be thy brain.
you need to learn what's true and not. So I'm just done. I'm just done.
Skull thick of bone.
Hypocrisy you talk and speak of, and the people that you support on that pod-awful channel, and the people that are like you on that pod-awful channel, you all need Jesus in your life. You all need help. Because
Ooh, he done snatch your wig, child. Sis, y'all need Jesus.
it just gets to a point where you're the people of society, of the next generation, that's going to end the entire world in World 3.
Wait, what did he say? World 3? World 3. Is that just how Australians sound? They just can't say those words? World War 3. Oh, mate, World 3.
I'm done with people like you, you know? Because when I worry about people like you, it distracts me from knowing more and more about God. I'd rather be in the presence of God than in your presence, being treated like this. So I'm done. You know, you live your little life how you want to. In Melbourne, Victoria, the whole COVID-19 thing. Well, guess what? I'm in WA having a great time doing whatever I want because we've got it good over here. But you in bloody Melbourne, Victoria, you got it shit in lockdown. So enjoy your lockdown.
So now he's mocking Scott for what part of Australia he lives in. Oh, yeah. Scott's having a terrible time. Okay, so you'd think it ends there, right? I got even more for you. I can't say where this is from. I just can't. But I've got more. Let me find it. Okay, we've got... I've got video. I completely forgot there's video from this one. All right, let me just take a listen to this first.
I can't. He's just a fucking narcissist. That's what he is. He's just someone he feels nothing. He's an empty shell of a cunt. So, if you don't know what narcissistic is, it's a person that is completely evil.
You see, it's sort of the continuity of narcissism theory.
Fuck, has no feelings to any plea or questions. Like, please remove this. Please don't do this to me. He lives on the hurt of hurting other people. So, if someone else kills himself because of his content that harassed him, picked on him, made fun of him, well, he gets off on that.
So he'll just blast.
I don't like the charge of somebody saying I get off. I don't. That's disgusting. My illustrations stay natural, my friend.
All over YouTube. Oh you made this guy on my show a mockery out of, and now he's killed himself, and now look, here he is, a video of him killing himself. So all I can do is wait for God to deal with it.
You know, I've been making fun of people my whole life, and I mean that. Ever since I was a little kid, I've been hearing from people, you know, one day somebody, they might really take your words to heart, and they might hurt themselves or kill themselves. And then, how would you feel if that happened? And my answer, since I was a boy, has always been, I'd feel about the same. It would not matter to me. If somebody kills themselves, I had nothing to do with it, okay? That's how it's suicide. Otherwise, you're talking about murder, all right? I'm not killing anybody. I got nothing. You are crazy if you kill yourself. Like, I got a knife right here, right? Okay? I got a knife. And technically speaking, okay, I think we're back now. I would be mad that my $5,000 computer just crashed, just completely froze. But that was probably pretty good timing, I'd say. Listen, computer, if you're going to crash, at least have really good comedic timing when you do it. Thank you for that, at the very least. Are we back? LOL, we're back, boy. Back. Everybody's saying this is a sign from God. You call that a knife, they were saying. Let me see what everybody was saying while I was gone. 0707, we will remember you, Jesse. Gone but never forgotten. Weird spot to get cut off. No, the perfect spot. I don't even know what point I was trying to make, except at the tip of a knife. No, I do remember. I got a knife right here, right? And after my $5,000 computer crashes again, I could maybe want to kill myself with it, right? But there's something that just stops me from doing it. You know what I mean? Like, I could press it against my flesh right here. I could really just dig it right into my flesh and get all this nice potato grease inside me. I could really just slit my every vein, every artery in my body. I could blow out all my own capillaries somehow. I could just slice my jugular and bleed out right here. And that would be an epic conclusion to Pod Awful. Probably the way I should go. But I can't force myself to do it. I just can't. But I've been in a state before, twice in my life, where I almost could, where I tried to kill myself. I've been in a state. And you know what it is that stops you from doing that? It's called being alive and normal. Literally everything about life, all life, is self-preservation. It's all replicate and self-preserve. That's life. It's an inbuilt instinct to not hurt yourself and to not die. And if somebody is willing to kill themselves, then they have that shut off. And if you have that shut off, it ain't Jesse from Pod Awful making you do that. You are psycho. You've got brain problems. I can't stop that, and I can't fix it. Okay? And I'm not the thing that makes you kill yourself if you kill yourself. I've never understood this whole, how would you feel? What would you do if somebody hurt themselves because of you? I'd probably wake up the next day like nothing ever happened. I'm not kidding. I'm not trying to sound edgy. I'm not trying to sound like I'm a big tough guy by saying that. I don't think I am by saying that. I think that is normal. I think the whole reason we bully the internet, I did a whole show about this. The whole reason we bully the internet is because adults can't be bullied. It's ironic. You're an adult. You can't be bullied. You get to turn off the computer. You get to walk away. You don't have to take part. And you don't have to let it affect you. That's the beauty of being an adult. You're supposed to be emotionally in control of yourself, but somehow along the way we lost the plot. And 20 years ago or so, everyone forgot that you're supposed to grow up when you grow up. You're supposed to stop playing with action figures and watching Marvel movies. You're supposed to not think of things as adulting, but just the normal shit you have to do to get through the day. You're not supposed to be proud of yourself for these things, and occasionally things will be tough. Your grandma went through the Dust Bowl, you idiot, but you're going to talk about being gaslit and bullied? But of course, I shouldn't expect more from Michael Wright. He's Michael Wright.
Because, Tosh.0 also mocked and ridiculed me as well. And now look at it, it's finally shut down.
Again,
So
not
it takes
true. New episode this Tuesday. Don't watch it because you've already seen Pod Awful. This Tuesday's Tosh.0 will just be Pod Awful from a few weeks ago.
Time and patience for God to do his work. So sooner or later, someone's going to come along and take Jesse down, and that's going to be it's going to happen sooner or later. It just takes time and patience. Or the end of the world, of course. Anyway, I try my best not to give this guy a bloody oxygen to bloody make more content for his stupid channel.
Wait a second. Citizen Soldier is in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, Citizen Soldier is Michael Wright. And for some reason, he was just proving he can count. He was just counting to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All those Citizen Soldiers are him. Michael, I'd love to have you on the show. If you want to call in, let me know. We'll set that up with you somehow. Love to talk about all this, all these death threats I'm getting.
So all I can do is just block the people that are part of his agenda.
Because you do, I mean, just to be clear to Michael, since he is watching, you do steal valor and you are an idiot. You're so dumb. And I have all this stuff of you threatening my life. We could send it to the police. I don't want to do that, but I could do it. You're threatening my girlfriend. I mean, dude, I'm way bigger than you, okay? And I'm actually a veteran of the United States Army and soon to be the Space Force. And I could absolutely just beat the shit out of you. I mean, just wail, wham, wham, wham. Your big, stupid rabbit teeth, I could shove to the back of your head with one finger. I could just go, and the teeth would poke out the back of your head. You'd look like Sonic the Hedgehog by the time I was done with you. I could grab you by your stupid ears from your giant, dumb egg head and bring you close and wrap my mouth around your entire face like a snake swallowing an egg. And I could blow into your nostrils, and every single vein in your body would simultaneously explode. I'm not kidding. I've got more here from him. Do I want to play this? Nah, I don't want to play that. I got some videos, but there's more audio. Let's take a listen to
I
this.
didn't know who this guy was. I thought he was someone that was in Australia. I didn't know he worked for Pod Awful for a start. And
He admitted it. Oops. Remember he said he knew Scott worked for Pod Awful the whole time. And oops, I didn't know he worked for Pod Awful at the start. He admitted it. There you go, Michael. Oops, you didn't think I'd hear that, but I did.
I had a gut feeling something wasn't right about it beforehand, before meeting up with him. I don't know why I agreed to do it. I think he was curious to meet me or something. So
They're telling me in the chat I should crack that egg. Should I crack that egg, guys? Listen, I mean, my girlfriend is in Australia. I got to go there at some point, I'm sure. Michael Wright happens to live very close by to where my girlfriend lives. I could definitely go pay him a visit. We could talk this out. Hey, Michael, how would you like to have every hair on your body slowly removed by my teeth? I'm going to pull them off of you like I'd pull panties off of a woman.
Then, I don't know. It's very weird. Yeah, I did feel a bit weird when I was talking to him.
Michael pooped himself. That's true. When Scott revealed that he was part of Pod Awful, he's an agent provocateur of Pod Awful. This is true. People from the bar reported this to me. They said Michael pooped his pants so majorly that the poop filled up his pants and the pants fell down and you could see his butt. And because of all the poop that he had pooped, you could see his butt. That's how majorly he pooped his pants. I mean, it was a lot of poop. And everybody at the bar said this.
And then he did like a live stream. And then you see the video that's on the Pod Awful channel. That's him there, yeah. So I'm like, fucking hell, I'm just like, the Holy Spirit told me when he was getting a drink for me, like, they said to mock and ridicule me, so I didn't listen because I was drunk. And then I found out the hard way, so...
Yeah, but you're always drunk, Michael. Maybe you should be listening to that Holy Spirit a little more. You do a lot of stupid things. For instance, threatening me. And Michael already knows he fucked up by doing that. He knows. Michael, if you want to call in, all you got to do, unblock me on Facebook, send me a message. You can call into the show. I'll have you on right now, no problem.
He was like, he called me and he like, say he's gay for me and he wants to fucking rape me and all this shit. I'm like, what the fuck? So I've just so I had to say to him to fuck off, for him to fuck off, and then I just blocked him.
They actually, if Michael ever attained a rank in the Army, he would be called Major Poop. That's how much he pooped his pants.
And he threatened to
Everyone laughed at his little butt hanging out.
Oh, yeah, I'll just come find where you live and all this shit, and fucking hell, if he did try to come near my house, or fucking try to ruin me, I'll get the police involved, or I'm gonna have to take him out. I don't know. It's these people are just fucking crazy.
Oh, you'll have to take me out, huh? Well, that's interesting. You see, I'm gonna stop with those. We've heard enough. You see, every episode of Pod Awful in the Pizza Fund ends with this little sting. I'm just gonna play this for you. If you don't know, we've got this thing called the Pizza Fund. Okay, I'd love for you to join it because we are live Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 p.m. Sundays are always free. People are confused on this. The Sunday show, always free on YouTube. Our Wednesday and Friday shows are in this thing called the Pizza Fund. It's exactly like Patreon. We built our own Patreon. And that way I don't have to run ads or have sponsors or any of that stuff. And I get to do whatever I want. The beauty of the paywall is we get to do whatever we want behind the paywall. And so our Wednesday shows, it's like another episode of Pod Awful from Sunday, just on a Wednesday. Anyway, the reason I bring this up is at the end of every Pizza Fund episode, it ends with this. The show's not over. Let me just play this for you real quick so you can see what I'm talking about here, in case you've never heard this.
Sorry, nigga. This content right here is Pizza Fund's own.
Pod Awful Pizza.
This shit is beefer.
Pod Awful Pizza.
We got shooters in these streets.
You see, you hear a guy right there, he says, we've got shooters in these streets. And people probably take that as a light joke, but let me tell you something. I have operatives all over this planet, everywhere. We know a guy, okay? We know a guy. And that guy's name is 1185. And he's the world's most elite hacker. He's part of the Pod Awful cult hacker collective. And he provides me with a lot of the information that we give to you on this show. On this program, we are powered by these machines and we're constantly monitoring the goons, but all of that is through the hard work of 1185. And he's not just a guy hiding behind his keyboard or behind the screen either. This is a man out on the streets. He's a shooter in these streets. 1185, I was talking to him the other day, and I said, listen, I call him Five, this Michael Wright guy, he's threatening me, but worse yet, he's threatening my girlfriend, and he doesn't live that far from her. What should we do? He said, Jesse, don't worry about it. I can go anywhere at any time. I'll take care of it. He says, what do you want me to do? I said, I want you to let Michael know that it doesn't matter where he moves to. If he's going to threaten me, if he's going to threaten Pod Awful, I just want him to remember we're always watching. 1185 is always watching. This system is always watching. This is a panopticon, and we can see everything at all times. He said, Jesse, don't even worry about it. I'll take care of it for you. And he put together a care package. And if you look here, here's the care package that he put together. And as you can see, it's our Epstein t-shirt, hang in there, with Hillary Clinton killing Jeffrey Epstein, packaged up in a plastic bag. You can buy this, by the way, on our store. The other way to support our show, you got podawful.pizza. You also got podawful.shop. We sell our own merch. Got a lot of cool shirts in there. A brand new shirt in there. The what is it called? The Gamer Cringe Mall Ninja Incel t-shirt with me and Rufio as Ninja Turtles on it. A great new shirt in the store. A brand new shirt also coming out tomorrow as well. Doing tons and tons of merch. Podawful.shop. Anyway, he put this in a bag along with this note that says, always watching. Replete with being cut out from magazine. I mean, every letter cut out from a magazine just to let Michael know, listen, man, you really don't want to fuck with a non-college educated based person like me, because we're always watching, and 1185 is everywhere. Now, let me be very clear, because Michael's all screwed up on this now. Scott is not a guy named Doug. I know you think he's a guy named Doug, and he has no way to get to Perth, where you live. Michael lives in Perth, Australia. He's got no way to get there. Okay, you know how the lockdown works. He lives all the way across the country. He can't get to you. So I know he thinks Scott did this. Scott does not know where you live. He just doesn't. But 1185 does, Michael. And if you don't believe me, here is Michael Wright. Here is Michael Wright on his balcony hanging up his army gear. Yes, this is real. This is actually him hanging up his army gear. A candid shot. You can see his tiny little body, his gunt, his little butt that he majorly pooped out of. And there's the army gear, and he's hanging it up to dry after washing it. Yes, this is real. This is the place you moved to hide. Did the Holy Spirit tell you about this one, Michael, when you were sending me fucking death threats? Because if the Holy Spirit didn't tell you about this, I'm not so sure that God's on your side with this one. Now, keep in mind, God entered my body like a body my same size, like me floating into you or you floating into me, Acts 2:38 style. I've got God on my side. Michael, and I'm going to call you out on this right now, Michael is a false prophet. He is not a real Christian. And I'll tell you how I know this, because I've done digging on Michael, and 1185 did some digging on Michael. Holy fuck. Oh my God. They're saying in the chat room about our candid photo. Don't worry. It gets better. I did some digging, and it turns out, and it's not even hard to find this, Michael believes that he is an alien from outer space. I'm not just saying a silly make-em-up. I'm not just throwing something wild out there. This is not just a crazy accusation. If you look into it, Michael believes that the Men in Black are real. He believes in aliens, and he believes that he is an alien sent here from another world. And those views he holds do not comport with his views claiming that he believes in Jesus and God. They just don't. As a matter of fact, Kelsey, my girlfriend who believes in God, specifically does not even believe in outer space. So she certainly doesn't believe in aliens. When I told her this, you know, he's a man of God, she was like, oh, that's good. She actually softened up after his death threats against us. But then when I told her he believes in aliens and he believes he is one, suddenly her tune changed. I have to assume, Michael, that God was not on your side during all of this, because 1185 managed to deliver on that package. And here is the video proof of him doing so. So he's walking through a parking lot. There's the package. Always watching. He's wearing gloves. No one will ever catch this man. There he is walking up to the apartment complex. His shadow, humongous. One of the biggest men you've ever seen. He climbs the stairs. You can hear through his breath he is a man on a mission. Yeah, they're calling out the gloves. He's wearing OJ-style gloves. Whoa. God, don't let you get doxxed, dude. They say in the chat. Watch this. He goes up the stairs. By the way, this happened in less than 24 hours after Michael made his death threat against me. I want you to understand something. Let me be very clear to any of the autistics sending me death threats. In less than 24 hours, an operative on the other side of the goddamn globe from me, or the eyeball, on the other side of the planet, somebody managed to do this. It didn't even take a day to make this happen. It takes weeks for me to ship these shirts to Australia. Figure it out. So here he is, approaching the door of one Mr. Michael Wright, a.k.a. Private Pile, a.k.a. the internet's most stolen valor goon. And there is a chair. You'll notice he's got a little bit of an outdoor seating area here where he's got a lazy boy recliner just sitting on this, again, government housing he lives in. Look at that imposing shadow, by the way. Would you ever go up against 1185? This is psycho. Look at, he's wider than he is tall somehow, and he's humongously tall. He looks at the door. He throws the package on the chair. He does a quick tactical spin maneuver to make sure that nobody is behind him. By the way, I don't know if you've noticed this, in the upper right corner the entire time, there has been an inset video. There's been picture-in-picture on this where we can see Michael Wright's home from the outside during all of this. Let me roll this back in case you missed that little detail. You can actually see this is live video. 1185 is literally always watching, even when he's there. He has cameras on drones watching goon locations. So again, he drops off the package. Package initiated. Package received. Tactical spin move. Everything's clear. Package delivered. Always watching. Always, Michael. Always. Take the chair. And 1185 walks on into that cold, cold night. It's winter in Australia. Down this, listen to the heavy feet of 1185, a terrifying human being. Oh my God. I mean, it's shocking. It's completely and utterly shocking. So you must be wondering, did Michael get the package? Did he see it? Well, I don't know if he's confirmed it or not in the chat room, but it doesn't matter because I have the confirmation right here. Here he is posting it to Facebook. It says, "Fuck off, you cunt." And it's a picture of the package and where he has, like a girl, tried to rip the note saying always watching and failed. He couldn't rip through the Scotch tape holding the magazine letters together because he is weak. He is a girl. He is nothing. And he will never, ever join the army of the United States of America. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of gray, for purple mountains' majesty, above the fruited
Support the show. Join the Pizza Fund. Podawful.pizza.
Pizza, pizza.
Podawful.pizza.
Podawful.pizza if you want to support this program. No other show on earth can or would do something like this, show up on the other side of the world. I hope to see you there for our premium episode on Wednesday. That's in the $12 section of the Pizza Fund. And our Friday shows in the $6 section, but you can join for as little as $1 a month and get immediate access to over 60 hours worth of content. Our archives are huge. You'll never get through it all. Podawful.pizza. And Michael Wright, I see you pussied out. I see you didn't message me. Well, remember, Podawful is always watching. You want to keep sending those messages threatening my life? Well, go for it, you right cunt. But I don't think you got the cojones. I don't think you got the brass to back it up. 1185 is watching, bitch. Have an awful day.
Head over to podawful.com/iTunes and subscribe to us on iTunes. We're live every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern at podawful.tv. Love the show? Keep it going by donating to the Pizza Fund. Podawful.com/support. And anything else you need is at podawful.com.